Third Phase of Moon. While on Maui, we have been getting reports, photographs, videos, and testimony. Take a look at this. Now our Facebook's lighting up. UFO videos being submitted on a daily basis. I wanted to share our latest with you. Let's get to it. Brent, I wanted to get your opinion on this. This is right at the end of July, and we're getting this from Poland. And this was captured by a man while he's driving in his car, and he managed to capture this pretty good. It's a little jumpy, but still, he seems to capture something that resembles a flying disc in the sky. There's some kind of bright light coming off from the bottom. Brent, what do you make of this?
Blake, it's actually a pretty clear video. It shows that this object, whatever it is, it's in the sky. There's no CGI. We have a bright light coming from this object, and he's driving down the highway and getting a pretty good shot of whatever we're looking at.
Now, more footage coming in via our Facebook, captured in Alberta, Canada. I want to get your opinions from around the world. What are we looking at? It does appear like something is shooting straight out of this cloud. We're going to get enhanced photos. We actually have 2 photos who submitted this. It's going around over there in Alberta, but I think it's the first time we've seen this on YouTube. Brent, what do you make of this?
Blake, could this be a positioning of a chemtrail that just basically stopped upon a cloud in the sky, representing something that we're looking at could be an illusion?
Now, we've got even more videos for you, so let's take a look at this. Incredible imagery from the ISS. We're going to be looking at this image very closely because what we're looking at is quite incredible. We have multiple objects captured within the image. As we take a closer look at it, you can see very distinctly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including another cigar-shaped craft up on the top left over there. What is this all about? Definitely, it's not Starlink, and we're trying to get NASA to tell us what the heck is being captured within their images. And right now, this image is very spectacular. Look, as we add some contrast and brightness to it, it really pops. And this is the location of the actual image itself. And this is what I like, that this isn't any kind of CGI. What we're looking at is coming in from the gateway to astronaut photography of Earth itself. But did they actually notice these objects when they were taking this picture? This is quite insane, if you ask me. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, Blake, a lot of stuff going on in this photo. Again, you notice that little clip on the left, the little cigar shape, and then these spheric orbs. Here's a great close-up. Look at the shading on these particular objects. The one to the left seems to be the largest, which is kind of strange. This almost looks like something out of 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's pretty awesome. Imagine a closer picture of clear detail that would match and give us a full spectrum of what we're looking at here. Is this something otherworldly? I know we're looking at the dates. This was even captured before Elon Musk Starlink even existed. So this is pretty awesome that this is out there and we can rule out Starlink entirely. What is this?
Absolutely, possibly a secret space program, as we've been saying for a long time. Some people say that's ridiculous. How could there be a secret space program? They would tell us. But as we watched yesterday in the episode we put up, they're redacting all kinds of information in regards to the UAP UFO phenomenon. But again, this is photographic evidence, and there's no denying what is being captured is in outer space above Earth itself. And then again, along with the 5 spherical orbs, we're seeing this cigar shape up on the left over there. Do you guys see it? So there's multiple objects within this capture. And again, the brightness contrast showcasing the 5 observables. What's going on here? Are we going to get a straight answer? I know this has been out in the archives, but again, we're asking the big questions, and hopefully NASA could tell us. Maybe even Elon Musk could tell us as well. Elon, are you watching Third Phase of Moon? Can you tell us what the heck this is? Definitely it's not your Starlinks. Is this, again, some kind of secret space program that Space Force has implemented to, I don't know, observe Earth? Or is this something extraterrestrial in nature? Brent?
Yeah, we're talking about transmedium craft that could travel underneath the water, in air, and possibly space. Is this a leading edge of information that could basically showcase what we're looking at and dispel everything and prove that what we're seeing is something otherworldly with technology that we're not familiar with? It's pretty awesome. I'm pumped up tonight on tonight's episode. Smash that thumbs up, everybody, if you're as excited about the UFOs we're going to be watching tonight. But then again, what are these? Kind of a fleet of Tic Tacs following each other? This is awesome stuff.
Now, let's get to the next bit of evidence that has just come into Third Phase of Moon. Watch this. Egypt. You know, we have obtained a still photograph from a person who submitted this to us. And right now, what's interesting is it seems kind of mundane in the beginning, but when we pan up and take a look at this, we look at something that is very hard to explain. It's not very practical. It doesn't look like any kind of drone that I'm aware of, but man, this one's crazy. And what we've been hearing, again, speculative. Apparently there's documents within the Pentagon explaining what these craft could be, these UAPs, and some of the language is very interesting when they bring up biological, mechanical beings. Again, we're trying to get the exact paperwork in regards to this. I know we have received some of this, but we're not about to release it until we could confirm that these documents, documents coming in from the Pentagon are legit. But right now, this definitely looks like it could be a biological, mechanical being. Brent, what's your thoughts? Is this something mundane, or is this just maybe some kind of rubbish just flying through the air, or a trash bag or something?
Yeah, it's hard telling. I do really appreciate when people submit photos and they capture these anomalies, and this one's pretty weird and definitely is worth sharing. And that's the best part right here at Third Phase Moon, collecting the public's info and information. What is this? That's the big question. Could it be mundane? Maybe a kite or a bird that got caught off in a kind of the frame and the shutter speed just kind of elongated it? It's curious. It's quite large, just hovering up there, if that's what it was. But I would really appreciate more video of this sighting to really confirm what's going on than rather just a still. But again, we're here to accept this so we could share it with you, and this is good stuff.
Yeah, the high-res imagery. This one, I think, was about a 5 megabyte file size, so at least we're able to zoom up and get some really good looks at whatever this object is. And I don't think the people on the ground even realized that this object was there until they went back and looked at the photograph, and they submitted it to us. And, you know, again, it's a high-res photograph. That's why we're able to zoom in. And again, I don't really see any kind of indicator of a drone or any kind of wings or nav lights. This seems very biological, but the question is, what kind of life form is this? Could it be some kind of bird? Guys, what's your thoughts? Have you been to Egypt, or do you know the species of birds that exist around the Great Pyramids? And could this be it? I'm not exactly sure, but right now, I don't have any answers for you. We're just putting out the evidence, and we're liking this. It's kind of very bizarre and, again, unidentified. And that's what this channel's all about, sharing with you the unidentified flying objects, the UAPs, whatever you call it, around the world in real time. So let's get to the next one right now. Watch this. SpaceX may have had a visitor. Look at what we're looking at. Interesting stuff. This object, whatever it was, is very illuminated. It's bright, but then as it kind of takes off, it does a switcheroo, and then you see this object up on the left, and then all of a sudden it turns into this dark shade, then once again bright. What's going on, Bright? What do you think? Is this maybe some kind of advertisement banner in the background?
Yeah, it's a possibility. We're looking at something that was captured near Spacex. I like the way it just banked and did that right to left turn rather fast. We could see the dark object on the left, kind of the square area, which possibly could be a banner. But look how it changes light. First it's a bright square, and then it does this bank right there. Kind of disappears, and then just darts, turns dark, and then white again. It's pretty crazy maneuvers. I do see that obvious dot that we're pointing out there with the circle on the top left. Could this be an escort? Maybe a plane pulling a banner? That's a possibility. But again, it's pretty bizarro the way this thing's moving.
Yeah, this video was submitted to us in this frame rate, and maybe the person that submitted it to us sped up the film. I'm not exactly sure if this is in real time and if this video is sped up. Some people are just sharing us the information, and maybe that's what they're doing. They just submitted to us an air banner in sped up motion. I'm not exactly sure, but as we're looking at it again, it is interesting the way it fades from bright luminosity to a dark shade, and that is very curious. And the erratic maneuver from right to left is quite interesting as well. And we can make it out. We can make out the size of this. Those tanks, those fuel tanks for SpaceX, they're quite large, as well as that tower. And you can see it going behind the crane arm itself. So whatever these two objects are, they're quite large. What's your thoughts on the length of this object, Brett?
Yeah, I'm guessing maybe about 75 to 100 feet. That's a possibility. I like the way it just, again, it's the streak and the motion that it does right here. This bank from right to left, right there, boom. And then it starts to rocket. This is curious. And then it disappears. And then we see this object, and then it reappears. Could it be frame rate that's dropping out, creating this illusion, or just something that we're not familiar with?
Guys, I want to get your thoughts as we're watching the live premiere, and give us a big thumbs up if you're enjoying the content. Let me tell you, there was kind of a lull in the UFO phenomenon, but now we even have more videos coming in. This one from Los Angeles. It's a little blurry, but look at the kind of the triangular dark shadow up there, and this thing kind of levitates. It rises. Again, it hung in the air for quite some time. Do you see that triangle in the clouds there, Brandon? What is going on here? This is kind of bizarre as it undulates up and down, but stays steady in its proximity of its formation. It's not really moving around like a balloon.
Yeah, look at the trees. They're whipping around back and forth. This thing's just staying static right there. It's not really moving like the wind is comparatively to the trees. This thing remains kind of just on its own course, where you can see how blustery it's hitting the trees. So what's going on here? What's keeping this static? Because if this was a balloon, it'd be whipping all over the place. This thing's pretty wild. It doesn't look like one of ours.
Absolutely. And again, caught in Los Angeles earlier this week, along with another video. Watch. It almost looks the same, but this one's a little clearer. And again, there's no CGI in my opinion. What we're looking at is legit as we get a closer look at this weird object. Is it metallic? Is it biological? Again, we're just throwing out the biological, but as we're watching the side-by-side comparisons, there is a little bit of match to its flight pattern. Are these two different craft? That's a big question, but I'm glad that people are having their eyes on the skies in Los Angeles, California, and around the world.
That these almost look like what we see frequently in Colombia. Now they're showing up in California. This is great. Now we're getting it's going on different parts of the continent that we're seeing similar objects that look like disc-shaped flying saucers.
Yep, the side-by-side comparison. Actually, the video quality is pretty good here. I'm digging this. Guys, I want to get your thoughts. Now, interesting, we just got a phone call from Michael Schratt. We're going to be meeting up with him very soon. He did a little promo for his new YouTube video called Blue Room Media. Watch this.
Earthlings, we come in peace. I have come from a galaxy far away to deliver a very special message. Please join me at my YouTube channel, Blue Room Media, as we explore multiple historical UFO cases. We are of peace, always.
Good stuff there, Michael Schratt. We're big fans of his work, and Blue Room Media is the place to be for the historical archives from the people. Over a century of information has been obtained by Michael Schratt. I think he's got over 60,000 UFO reports, and this is coming in from the public. And I'm really sad that some of the UAP investigations by Congress and these people are going to disregard anything before 2004. They want to throw that all out the window. Michael Schratt has the information, and we're so happy that we're collaborating with him. So make sure to check out Blue Room Media. There's a lot of information. If you've captured anything, submit it to us right here on Facebook. I wanted to thank everybody right here in Maui for sharing their incredible UFO encounters and photographic and video evidence right here at Third Phase Moon. Blake Cousins, keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. We're not alone. We'll see you again next time.
If the crash retrievals are true, then all bets are off.
It's very hard for people to get their minds around where the real power is. And it's not at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The reality is something much more stark.
They've been working on this for 60, 70, perhaps 80 years.
The reason why the government is talking about these UFOs now, they're getting ready for the next level of war.
Are these objects a national security concern?
They're proffering a narrative of a national security threat that doesn't exist.
I call them alien reproduction vehicles. They're made by private corporations somewhere on this planet.
Technology from Roswell from 1947 has largely been held back from us.
Portal technology, teleportation, whatever you can imagine, it's already been done.
The biggest secrets are not the zero-point energy and electrogravitics. It's the science of consciousness. All their communication systems are moving through the consciousness field and are thought actuated. The people of the CIA call it WSFM, weird science and frickin' magic. The transdimensional interstellar technology will benefit humanity.
There has been tremendous disinformation.
The media is keeping secrets with the government.
These are lethal, vicious people. And I'm focused on exposing the extraordinary technologies that they want to keep secret. No aspect of life on Earth will be unaffected by it.